So to preface this video, this interview is about a gentleman that is currently super interesting for a variety of reasons. Number one, he's a highly skilled international drifter from Brazil competing in Formula D, which is incredibly difficult to do for a lot of reasons. It is adding a level of difficulty and complexity to an already incredibly difficult task of competing with the best drivers from around the world. Number two, he is a Monster energy drink sponsored athlete, and this harkens back to the days when energy drink companies were pouring money into drifting like crazy. We saw a lot of this money leave the sport in one way or another over the last decade, but seeing the return of some of it is probably a good thing for the world of professional drifting and its drivers. Number three, this driver runs his own non-English YouTube channel in Portuguese and has a large following, which is super entertaining and good for drifting. Number four, but most of all, the car in question in this video is a fairly simple build compared to most cars in Formula D. It's a C7 Z06 with a stock engine, stock transmission, and stock welded differential. It has an aluminum chassis, so the cage has to literally be bolted to it, and overall it's probably one of the cheaper cars in Formula D, and it's also just very relatable because it's so similar to a stock vehicle that a lot of people could really get into it. And number five, and lastly, the driver just came off the Netflix show Hyperdrive, which has supercharged his social media following in the past couple of months and really invigorated his program and created a lot of excitement around him. So please enjoy this video. Thank you so much to the driver. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
I am Barion. I am from Brazil. My first year here in Formula Drift. I chose this Z07 exactly because I think that is a really simple and easy car to build. Yeah. And actually many people won't believe it, but it probably is the cheapest car in Formula Drift.
No, absolutely, I'll believe it. I mean, you didn't have to build the entire car from scratch. Somebody else built it all for you and you paid them a commoditized price of, factory workers. What's the best and worst thing about the car?
I think that the best thing is that's a really balanced car. Mm-hmm. It's easy to drive, really handleable. You don't need to change the suspension. Here suspension is all stock. Front suspension we change for PBM. The engine, we keep a stock engine, just add some nitros and change pulleys. So it's a really easy car to deal with. We don't need to make many changes. It's already light, it's aluminum chassis and everything. Mm-hmm. I think that the worst part is about gearbox and differential. Sorry, sometimes I forgot the words in English.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So it's about gearbox and differential. Because gearbox, we just don't have any kind of sequential or anything for the C7 still. Mm-hmm. And also the same thing for the differential. So it just needs to weld and make that spool. And yeah. It's working actually. Uh-huh. But I think that our biggest challenge is to find a sequential gearbox for its car for next year.
Okay. I know they make them. Do they, because Matt Field has one and some other guys do.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. And they also make the shifter, where you can get the Australian companies make a shifter that turns it into a sequential and it's cable operated. Have you seen those?
Yes, actually I'm talking with them and about Matt and the other guys. The C7 is different from C6.
Oh, okay.
So actually it just not fits the C6 here.
Okay.
We need to make some change for that.
Do you want to show us around the car?
Sure.
What'd you do for angle modifications? You have a tire.
We had the PBM here. Actually, we had they built it for us, but the C6 works here. Mm-hmm. So all the suspension, if you want, you can just get from C6 and install in C7 will work.
Okay. Can we show the angle real quick? Just pull on it. We can just move that wheel. That is a lot of angle.
Yeah, we can.
That is way more than mine.
You can see we change everything, but everything from C6 fits in C7. The knuckle we need to build it because they still don't have for C7. They are still working on that, so we just homemade this. And
is this the same knuckle as the C6?
No, the knuckles is from C7.
Okay.
It's kind of
on my 6, I think my pickup point is right there. You have it moved back considerably more. That's interesting.
Yeah,
did you have to cut that?
The biggest difference in angle kits, it's the points that you fix here. Mm-hmm. When you move to the center of the knuckle, you get more angle. Mm-hmm. As much to the center, more angle you get. It's this is the secret of angle kits. The other parts, the arms and everything, is just to push the wheel.
So it gives it
out,
room, yeah.
So it gives room, and smaller, it's not a...
That is so cool. Mine, I'm still stock arms and stuff and everything, and I love it, but you have a significant amount more angle.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah,
And
it's like for a pro, you need this.
does it rub the fenders or anything at all?
No,
The frame rails?
no.
No? Man, this thing is so cool. How much power does it make? It's a Z06 engine, right?
Yeah, 06 engine, made around 630.
Okay.
And we are just adding nitros now, around 150 nitros.
Yeah. Does it make enough horsepower for you, or do you need more out here?
No, I need more. And actually, it's like we broke the engine this week.
Oh,
so
no.
we lose one cylinder and lose the pressure in like 7 cylinders. We are running with 500 in total horsepower with nitros.
Oh, man.
So we
Are
are
you going to have it fixed soon?
for next round, but we will need like 3 weeks of work in this engine to fix.
Oh, that I feel that, like the pain of that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's money, it's time, it's effort, it's hassle at the track and everything.
Yeah. And actually, it's like to drive here, in the first day was impossible to drive, so we went to the dyno, we discovered everything.
Yeah.
And now for this race, we are just using like 7.5 psi in the rear tires, so we can have enough power to spin the tires.
Yeah. An odd side note, so you know Fielding?
Yeah.
And you know Brittany and Kevin?
Yeah.
So we all used to live together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I've known them all for a very long time. Fielding just added like 70,000 Instagram subscribers and stuff. Has Hyperdrive like changed your life in any significant way?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I think that we are already doing our great work, especially in Brazil. But Hyperdrive helped me a lot to get to know like all the words. I had like more than 100,000 subscribers.
Oh,
It's
wow.
crazy, yeah.
Do you have a YouTube channel and stuff as well?
Yes, but for a moment just in Portuguese. We
Okay.
are starting to build some.
So you
videos
didn't
in
get that many
English.
subscribers on there probably? It was
Yeah,
all
I have
Instagram.
like 150, I think.
150,000
Yeah.
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a ton. That's amazing. So do you monetize that to the point where it pays for your program and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh.
not with YouTube, with sponsors, but it helps.
It helps. Okay. You want to show us more around the car?
Sure.
This thing really is exciting though, because it really is like a normal car.
Yeah.
These are normal. Oh, I like this. This is a cool touch. So these on a normal Corvette are located down here, and they're emergency get out of your car because the Corvette has electric door handles and stuff, which if your battery dies or the door handle breaks, you can't get out.
Yeah.
So he mounted it up there. That's really cool.
Actually, that was an idea about Mattenfield. He did this
Oh,
in
really?
his car. Yes, he helped us to build this car.
Did it
So-
stretch all the way up there, or did you have to make a new cable?
No, it's
It stretched?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Like it, you see the roll case,
Yeah.
Mattenfield did for us.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I heard this because it's a aluminum chassis.
Yeah.
That it's a fiberglass
not
body,
yeah.
aluminum chassis.
It's here. You need
have to bolt it in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's really interesting. So that is an aluminum foot plate, and then this is a steel cage, and then they bolt it together. That's really cool.
Yeah. The only way to do is that.
Yeah. And did you have to get a special allowance for that, or how did you ask?
No, it's like all the cars that use aluminum chassis
That's just what you gotta
already
do.
like this, so we
Okay.
don't have the option. Or is
Is this a factory piece?
no,
Or did you have it
it's
made?
aftermarket, but
Yeah.
you can find we found in eBay.
Awesome.
And actually, it's like the Z06, everything, the body is already carbon, so it's factory body and everything.
Are you regretting taking the air conditioning out this weekend? Was it this hot?
It's fucking hot here.
It is really hot.
Yeah.
This is actually, it looks similar to Matt Field's style and everything because you like same type of handbrake and stuff in there. It's all the powered by Max stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's look around the back.
Sure.
Oh, I can just look in the back. So you got a stock upper arm, you have a stock lower arm, and then you just have this for alignment for toe, correct?
Correct.
Cool, that's super
And-
simple.
Really
That's-
simple
and it's a stock
works
knuckle?
pretty well. Yes, this is how we adjust the camber. We just
Oh, that's
add
hilarious.
What's the name of this? washes.
Yeah,
We
so
just
this
add
is
some
interesting
washes.
too. The Ferrari is kind of like this that we looked at. The Ferrari up front doesn't have a subframe. So instead of the car having a subframe, the arms bolt directly to the chassis. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid to me that I own a Corvette and drive a Corvette, and I never thought about that it doesn't have a subframe in the back. I mean, it does have a subframe, but it's not quite how you would think because the upper arms bolt to the chassis, not the subframe, which disconnects. Okay, and then you added this,
Yeah, it's just some protection.
so you
bar
could
here.
delete things. It's a stock bumper bash bar, which is interesting.
Yes,
with the stock
but it's
plastic.
not a completely stock. What I did, I just push a little.
You moved it forward so that you wouldn't
yes.
hit the wall so early.
Yes, because the first race actually in Long Beach, every time that we hit the wall was really hard. So we just push forward and resolve everything.
To explain to the viewers, what he's talking about is at Long Beach, it's really nice to have more crumple room so you can hit the wall, and if you misjudge by a few inches, if you move everything in, you're not hitting and it's not hard on the car. So like the bumper will forgive and the bumper will move in.
Yeah.
I'm being careful, but then he just drives into the wall.
No worries, it's always hitting the wall.
It has a stock transmission, a stock differential. Is it the stock diff itself? Like the stock limited slip?
Yeah, we just weld and it's working.
It wasn't good enough for just the limited slip?
Yeah, no, it's the electronic differential actually, the C7.
Okay, the C6 just has a normal limited slip
Yeah,
that works
no,
really
the
well.
C7 is the electronic one, so we need to weld that.
This is really cool too because the back of this car is all fiberglass, and basically like he didn't really have to cut everything away. I mean, you might have to cut a few things, but for the most part, you just pop everything off and that's that.
Yeah.
There's not a body like on an S chassis, you're cutting everything out. So cool. Is it factory wiring harness still?
Yes.
Wow. So for you guys
Not
that
like completely factory.
Yeah.
We took out all the rear parts and we are using just the part for the engine, so
yeah. When you get into some of the cars that we looked at today have Motec. Motec alone is going to cost you in wiring $5,000 for wiring a Motec setup or something like that. Possibly. I might be over exaggerating a little bit, but it's going to be in the thousands of dollars. The controller is going to be God, how much is a Motec ECU?
I don't have any idea. I never bought that, but actually that was not our biggest problem.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that this car is direct injection, and
Oh, so you can't do it anyways,
no
even
one
if you
can
wanted
do
to.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually a really good point. When you get to these newer cars like this that have, like the BMWs have variable valve lift maybe. I don't know who can control that. But the direct injection can't be controlled by aftermarket ECUs in a lot of cars because it's too much work for them to do it in like on an individual basis. So if you wanted to do this, there's aftermarket parts to modify this car back to normal like injection so that you do normal injectors. So if he wants to go to 1,000 horsepower or something, he might have to do that or add supplemental injectors with a secondary ECU to get really complicated.
Yeah, we are thinking about what to do for next year, but it probably will take out the direct injection and change for
Oh, then it won't be so simple.
No.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna let him get back to it real quick. I'm just gonna look at a little bit more of the car. Very, very cool. I love seeing like the stock look at the dash.
Pedals.
Yeah. Why change it if it works?
Yeah.
I like how it's already fiberglass doors. Are these doors heavy?
It's carbon fiber, the Z06.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting it's a Z06. He's like, don't discount my Z06. He's on 255 fronts, and what are you on the rears?
285.
285?
285.
Dang, that's a lot of tire. And it has no trouble spinning in a 285?
No.
No, plenty of power?
It's like not plenty of power. We are really in the limits. For here that we had some problems in the engine, we are needing to use like 7.5 PSI.
Yeah.
I think that we need to improve at least like for 900 horsepower to be really smooth in driving.
Does this thing overheat?
Yes, a lot.
The Z06s in this generation are known for overheating really, really badly.
Yeah.
How do you combat that?
Actually, we just need to add some spray water after every lap, and we have something interesting here. The nitros is not just for the engine. If you look here, Here you see that we have a nitrous line in the radiator, so it's bring nitrous to cool down the radiator.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, absolutely so cool. It's so interesting to see like basically a factory engine in a Formula D car. Do you think you could take this car to a podium?
Maybe with another gearbox and like extra 150 horsepower, yes.
Okay.
Now no, but we know that this first year was to learn, so we didn't want to go crazy, change everything.
Do you think you need to change anything in the suspension and steering and everything, or is it just the transmission and the engine?
No, I think that just transmission and engine, because with 7 gears, sometimes it's impossible to change gears.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm just sitting here thinking I don't want to miss questions because I have you here and it's such an interesting car. Thank you so much. Congratulations on all the hyperdrive stuff. I hope that treats you super well. Great driving on the show and everything.
Thank you, man.
Cool. I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to let him work.